shared it to my business page. I have it's Sarah. It should actually have automatically
I
published.
think it does. It automatically goes to mine.
I think it. Yeah, I think it automatically
It's
goes.
very impressive.
Thank you, thank you. It's my software. This software is like it makes me look like I know what I'm doing, but really I'm really just working hard to make sure I don't break it because like your sound is not like the best ever, but it's not like you.
Did you order a new whatever?
It's not. I have to actually sit down and figure it out. Like it's like I actually have to like it's a setting that I need to sort out, and I know I can do it, but I have to.
Do you just want me to talk louder?
Could you scream a little louder, please? Hold on, let me just make sure it ends up on my personal feed. So, how are you feeling today, sister?
Oh my God, I feel like crap. Like I texted you this morning and I was like, why? You know, I wonder, like, I want to have a conversation with God about this whole design of women. It's like, why is this the plan, right? Like, why is the plan that once a month you get to have your hormones go berserk and you get to get migraines and be uncomfortable and have cramps? I mean, I have to say, I'm very grateful to be a, of age woman, at least in the 21st century versus like, the 1600s when you would have to like, I don't even know how they handled it. Menstruation back then.
Well, I mean, you remember we were talking at some point we were talking about what's it call it? Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, and how like the first book I read it.
I never read that book.
You never read that book? No wonder you don't know about this. You are very low. Why is your sound so low? Even lower than it usually is. So on that book they tell you about before they had pads that had the sticky thing, that you put automatically, right? They had sanitary belts. So it was like a contraption that you'd tie and it had buckles and everything. And
so like a diaper?
No, it's a belt. It's a belt that had a little slot in it. Go grab your phone and look for sanitary belt. Like
I'm afraid to do this. I might have nightmares.
It's only going to show you like the leather belty part, right? And it's basically, if she sounds good, okay, as long as she sounds good to you, I don't care because I can hear her fine. Oh, you know what would really help?
My God.
If I turned up the volume, actually, that would really help. So, Syra, turns out that your sister's an idiot. Yeah. So you
stain-proof foam cushion tabs, personal sanitary. Oh my God.
I have to look up a sanitary belt. Everybody, are you looking up sanitary belts? Let's look.
I don't like this. No.
You know what? You should actually all of your daughters should know that this is what it used to be like, right? Well, in Karachi, oh my God. Yep, that's what the picture was. So in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. She actually was like, I remember she, because she was trying to get her, Laverne remembers it, the whole time she was trying to get her period, because that's all the book is about. The book is just about her, just praying to get her period and talking about her period, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's all it really is, period stuff, right? And so for me, I think I read it when I was 11, a couple of years before I had my period. And so for me, I had this, I knew what was coming.
Yeah.
But in Karachi, they didn't have you didn't have tampons in Karachi till much later. I mean, or what you had, I don't even know. When you were older, you did, but when we were younger, I don't even know what you had. But I remember that the pads had this sticky glue on it that would just, it didn't cut, it would just stick to you just have these layers and layers of this thick glue because it was like wood glue that they would use, so it just wouldn't come off.
It's happening.
It was awful.
Yeah, no, not a fan.
Colleen says a belt with a really thick disposable pad. My mom talks about having to wash out the cloth pads. Oh my God.
Yeah, no. That's why people were like, oh, you should use cloth diapers. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't. We used cloth diapers with Amon, remember? And I accidentally pinned him to his diaper.
I remember when you pinned him to his diaper. It was very...
Actually, this is a perfect segue into our conversation for today, which is laundry.
Laundry, not periods, laundry.
Laundry, because speaking of, cloth diapers, having to wash... we really need one more thing to wash. However, I will say that, so I made a post the other day and I try to be pretty environmentally conscious. It really looks like you're drinking whiskey. It's so funny.
Dude, listen, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock in Pakistan. It's fine.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I was thinking about, I posted a picture of my grocery trip and I was like, why is it that women, right, when we go grocery shopping, we're we open the trunk and it's literally floor to ceiling, every corner to corner grocery bags. And we're like, oh yeah, I can do this in one trip. And you put everything on your arms and it's around your neck and you got one dangling off a leg. You're opening the door with your teeth. I mean, anything that you can do to avoid multiple trips.
I know, right?
Yeah. And it's I have literally had welts and gashes in my arm, but I'm like, damn it, I am not going back out to the car to get another bag. It's going to be one trip. But anyway, so a woman commented, she was like, oh, speaking of environmentally conscious cloth diapers, she was like, oh, it just makes me so sad to see all that waste because of the plastic bags. And I was like, huh. And I usually recycle plastic bags anyway, but I was like, God, there's got to be a better way. Apparently, you can buy produce bags that you can like get on Amazon, and you can like take them to the store and never have to like deal with the plastic bags that are like torture to try and open to put your vegetables in.
Yes.
You can have your own reusable produce bag.
They're all like netted and like really nice. And, you know, I use Instacart, so I don't really do that. But when we go grocery shopping, we have like our own grocery bags. And it's actually,
so I'm doing that now. So thanks to that lovely lady.
Whole Foods will give you like 5 cents for every bag that you bring, right? So Alex and I would kind of split the groceries. I don't know why we did it this way. We'd split the groceries because he'd do sous vide, and then I would just get whatever the other groceries were. So we'd have 2 separate bills, and he would always get the meat, and I would use the bags. Now the meat usually had like significant discounts, and the bag gives you 5 cents for every bag you use. So at the end of every one of our shopping excursions before COVID, we would like look and be like, who got the biggest discount?
Right, like a contest.
I would always get like, you know, I would always get at least 25 cents in the discount. Sometimes the meat had no discount, so it was really great. But other times you get like a $50 discount for a steak. I mean, like, well,
oh my God. And you're like, well, there's no winning for me here.
I know, right? I'm not going to win. Like you got meat
no
that
winning.
has a discount.
But I have been without a laundry machine now for a month. I have had no washer and dryer.
How do you do your laundry? You're just smelling and being disgusting?
Yeah, no, I'm not like you. Okay,
wow.
So
you know, I do take a shower every day. I just don't shave every day, but I take dude, I can't even shave in my current shower because it's like this small. So like I'm like very hairy Wookie in certain parts, and other parts I'm totally smooth because I just can't access. There's parts of myself I just could no longer access. So,
well, Avery sleeps next to me, right? And so she is always like, Mommy, you're too pokey. You need to shave.
Oh, guys. Sarah Swanson crochets produce bags. Guys, if anybody wants produce bags. That's cool. Dude, that's a freaking amazing. I'm going to message you. Oh, my God. Totally. I'm going to message you. Hi, Anne. So, wait. Why do you have laundry?
Well, because, okay. But my husband is a Mr. Do-It-Yourselfer, right? And I mean, and I'm very fortunate in that he's actually capable of doing everything himself. Like he redid all of our windows. I mean, he can do anything. Like he can do electrical. If there's something Butch has to do, he can get it done. The problem is that there's only so many hours in the day for Butch, right? Because he's got 3 kids to take care of. Anyway, lots of stuff going on. So when we did the renovation to the house, we decided that we were going to move the washer and dryer from the mudroom, which is like right when you walk into the house, to what used to be our in-law kitchen. Because we basically gutted the entire in-law kitchen and we moved the washer and dryer there. The problem is that it all has to be plumbed in, and a 220 volt has to be activated. Like there's a whole bunch of shit that has to happen out there. So, and then we have 2 wells on our property. So who here has wells on their property? Anybody? Wells? So apparently a well is like a thing. Do you have a well now, Vanessa?
No, I don't have a well, actually. And we were so glad because you just had your well situation. And I was like, oh my God, thank God we don't have a well.
Anyway, so we have 2 wells on our property. One is very old and it has been discontinued. And Butch came up with this brilliant idea where he was like, let's plumb the washer and dryer and dishwasher to the old well. And then the new well will be all of the other water that we use.
Wow,
so I was like,
lots of people have wells, Sarah. Jennifer's had a well. Cindy has a well. Anne has a well. Lots of people have wells.
Yeah, it's actually very common. So it's good for many reasons, but it also has a lot of downsides. But anyway, so we're trying to plumb the washer and dryer into the old well. Well, the old well had a broken pipe. So there, Butch and his dad dig up the entire driveway because, of course, Butch's dad owns an excavator because that's normal. And then he excavates the entire front yard, fixes all the plumbing, and now he's got to order some new pump. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of shit that has to happen. But anyway, so I have no laundry. I've had no laundry for a month. So how have I done laundry? So fortunately for me, Butch and Carol, like my in-laws, they live 2 miles away. So Carol, who's amazing, picks up laundry bags for me and does laundry.
Oh my God, that is so sweet.
I know. I'm like, I wake up in the morning and there's constantly fresh laundry. And I'm like, this is amazing.
My gosh.
So it's very cool. I know. She's awesome. But we give her coffee. She does our laundry. It works out really well. I'm like, I am definitely getting the better end of this deal.
Fair trade.
I know. I'm definitely getting the better end of this deal. But today, Butch is committed that I will have a working washing machine and dryer. So fingers crossed that I'll be able to wash clothes because I still have 15,000 bags of laundry because apparently small people like children produce a ton of laundry, and teenage boys produce 10 times the amount of laundry as a normal human being. So yeah, it's been fun.
Well, I'm just going to back up. So as you were talking, we had a couple people, so lots of people have wells, okay? So lots of people have wells and have had this experience. But LaFern, I just want to let you know, gave a very shocked response to, wait, what? Who shaves daily? So Do you still shave daily, Sarah?
Well, no, because obviously I'm pokey sometimes and my daughter notices
Right, well,
it.
I don't know. You used to shave every day and give me a whole lot of shit for not shaving every day. So I was just curious how often you shave now.
Well, interestingly enough, like my hair doesn't grow as fast as it used to. So I probably shave every 3 days, but by the third day, there's the initial poke coming through.
Wow, the third day your initial poke is coming through. My initial poke is coming through by the afternoon.
Yeah, no. I must have mom's genes for the hair part.
I have 5 o'clock shadow. I'm like totes Wookie like all the time.
That's like Eliza. She's a total Wookiee.
So LaFern says,
say Eliza has embraced her Wookieehood, and I'm like all about it. Like she's like,
I love that.
She's
I love
totally
it.
anti like shaving her armpits, and I'm like, you go. I'm like, I love this.
Dude, I see Lourdes Leon, and I'm like, and Madonna with their unshaved armpits, and I'm like, God, you're amazing. I love you. And for me, it's like I shave my armpits because I don't like the way it feels because my whole life I've had shaved armpits, but like. You know, I won't deny that, like, I see them and not shaving. I'm like, dude, you're so badass. Like, I freaking love you right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely envious. Like, when Eliza's like, oh, yeah, she's like, I don't care. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Oh, my God, so much
your
better,
hairy hood.
Oh, my God, dude. So, okay, so Amy shaves every 2 weeks. Dude, but your hair is fine and thin, right? Does your hair, like, does your hair even grow? I'm just curious, like, does it grow a lot?
It must grow.
Well, I don't know, like, say, remember our friend Julie? Our friend Julie who told us that, like, I remember we were at the Brigham, and she's like, we were talking about shaving, as we do, right? And she's like, oh, yeah, I don't shave at all. I don't have to shave at all. And she does this, right? She pulls her legs up. And
oh, my gosh.
She literally had nothing. She, like, I'm, like, touching her legs, and I'm like, you're seriously telling me that you don't shave right now? And,
you know she lives down the street from me?
Yeah, that's where she got married down the street. Wait, hold on. She moved back down the street from you. She got married down the street.
She lives on another street. She actually lives on Butch and Carroll Street. She lives on Wright Road.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Wow, that is so crazy.
Look at my face. This is my dead serious face. Yeah.
That's okay. Now everybody, that's Cyrus' dead serious face. So
now your laundry situation.
Wait,
what is your?
We have people who are jumping in on that. I'm gonna tell you my laundry situation in a second. So LaFern says that she shaves because she can't handle the snagging of the hair on her pants. Dude, that's a thing. That's a thing. Like when your hair snags on your pants. Christy only shaves her armpits. Anne says that she's part Wookiee and part she's definitely part Wookiee. It's not worth the effort or the worry. Anne's kids hate the pokey mom. Pokemon. Mom, you're pokey. Yeah, so you were asking about my laundry. What were you saying about the laundry? My laundry?
So you're in your new house, right? And now you live in like a shoebox now, right? Because you basically live in a very tiny home. So where is your laundry?
So is it like oh gosh. So our laundry, dude, this is so freaking funny. So our laundry it's right when you come in. It's like it's like just a tiny little laundry thing. And it's the kind of laundry that you'd find in like an apartment, like, you know, one of those like Avalon apartments. It's like it's not a full size washer. Like it's a full size, but it's like a stackable and tiny. It looks tinier. Well, first things first, it's the floor room model from 10 years ago. So, like, they basically got it. You can really tell that the person who made this house does not give a shit about it. Like, they just made it, and it was like a little cottage that they were just like, let's just make sure it doesn't fall into the ocean, and then we're good. So, the dryer doesn't function properly. So, in order for you to actually dry clothes, they have to be run through twice. So, you run it through the wash, and then you run it through the dryer twice. We were going to...
That happened to me once, and you know what it was? It was that the vent hose was loose, and so the moisture was not escaping properly.
You know, that's a really... I'm so glad you said that, because I think Christy mentioned this when we were in the old house. Like, I think the squad members mentioned this. We were in the old house, and our dryer was broken. Our dryer was broken then, and... they specifically said check the vent pipe outside just to make sure. That's actually a really good idea. I think I'll have Alex check that or have somebody check that just to make sure, because we're not going to afford to replace it. Well, let me rephrase that. To reframe, we're not going to. That's not in budget right now because we realized we have to. We had a guy come in and we actually have to redo our crawl space completely because it's the crawl space is the guy looked at it. He goes, this looks like somebody's buddy just came in and kind of was like, let's just make it look good. And it's like, he's like, he's like, you can.
Our whole house is like that. And
dude,
it makes.
That's what I said.
Because Butch is like so particular about this kind of stuff. Because like his dad is like, I mean, if it's even a millimeter off, it's getting redone. Like, because he's a welder. It's a very precise like craft. So when Butch opens stuff up and like he sees an outlet that's not exactly the amount of distance it's supposed to be from the floor, he's like, that's it, it's coming out. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, he's been very frustrated at the, like when he opened up Eliza's wall because we replaced her window He opened up her wall to replace the window, and what does he find? No insulation on the exterior of the house. So he literally, what did him and his dad do?
They also found the ants.
Yeah, found a little thing of ants. He ripped the entire corner of the house off and rebuilt it.
Nice.
And I was like, how do you know how to do this?
At least you know, my thought is this, right? Like, the house right now, I don't know much about it. Like, Franklin, we had been in that house for 8 years, so, like, I knew it really well. And if you think about it, Sarah, you've lived in this house for, like, 8 years also. You didn't know your house.
8 years, 2 days ago.
Dude, but you didn't know your house at all. Because you got into the walls, and now you know it, right? You know you are so intimate with that house now. And I feel like watching the experience that you're having has really... And it's reminded me of how much I really enjoyed being intimate with the house in Franklin, that I knew every aspect of it. I think that made me feel uncomfortable here because I didn't know every aspect of this house.
Right, you're not familiar.
Yeah. And so, like, having someone come in and redo the foundation, and, like, they're actually going to redo the posts. They're actually rebuilding the whole thing to, like, make it more solid.
Oh, that's good because you're on the coast. So, like, you need that.
And I was like, you know what? Alex was like, well, we could always do it this way and it'll be cheaper. And I was like, no. I was like, this is our forever home. I was like, we should really just do what's necessary to make it stable, because this is literally the foundation of our home, right? So let's do that. Absolutely. So but it's funny though, like, these people build these houses and they literally just build them to, like, well, let's just make sure it doesn't fall over, you know?
Right. Just get like, by. Yeah. Duct tape, spit, and super glue.
So Marge says, I'm so glad you notified me, because I decided after laundry went so well with your podcast last week that Thursday at 10 is laundry time. So I'm doing laundry. Oh my God, Marge is doing laundry right now. You know what? That's a really good question. So when do you do... Oh, wait, she's gone.
I'm here. I just had to sneeze and I never sneeze on camera.
Interesting. When you do laundry, when do you usually do it? Do you have a time?
Everybody goes to bed.
Now, Thursdays at 10. Also,
no, so
I'm glad, by the way, that she has enough laundry. She only needs to do it with Thursdays at 10. Like, did that occur to anybody? That's not a lot of laundry.
No. I have 3 children and a husband, so no. I do laundry at night. So what I do is, when I did do laundry, I will put in a load of laundry at like 11. And then it'll be finished by 11:30, and I'll put it in the dryer and then go to bed. So I usually do a load at once a day at night.
We got it.
Because that way the water, especially when you have well water, you have to be sensitive to how much water you use, because people use water mostly during the day. Yeah. And so at nighttime, it's just less likely that you're going to run into you. Yeah.
Marge has no kids either. Yeah. So that's why. So we only do our laundry like, Alex does the laundry about once a week, once every other week. My problem with laundry is this: if I do laundry, I forget what's in there, and then it starts to smell.
Oh no, let me tell you your problem with laundry.
Oh God, you were seriously not going to bring this story up, are you?
I am.
Sorry, it's been fucking 20 years since this happened. 20 years. Okay, fine. Tell me the story.
Never gets old. So my boyfriend at the time, he bought me this.
When this was, like, at the time. What time is this?
Well, I've been married for 16 years, so it's been a really long time.
Okay, so guys, we were in our 20s. I was probably about 20s, or like 21.
Oh,
she was about 18.
Mom was already dead.
No, she wasn't.
Vanessa, we lived in Waltham. Mom was already dead.
Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah, okay, fine. Tell the story. Go on.
So, anyway, my boyfriend at the time had bought me a very expensive cashmere sweater, very expensive. And I was in England when he gave it to me, and it was in this gorgeous box. It was the first time I ever had this experience of like opening a very elegant gift. And it was like tissue paper, and it was like gold spray. It was like very fancy, right? So I opened this gift, and it's this gorgeous cream color cashmere sweater. And I was like floored. I think he spent 100 pounds on it. So it was very expensive. So I hated it because it was super itchy, but regardless, it was a very thoughtful gift. And and I'm surprised, Vanessa, that you didn't wear it. You just washed it.
Sarah, you're creating a whole new story, because I'm going to tell the story after this, and you're going to see that my story is right and yours is wrong. But please keep telling yours.
So anyway, so this cashmere, so I can't remember if Vanessa borrowed it or if I think she borrowed it, but it was unlikely she would have borrowed it because Vanessa doesn't like itchy stuff. So I'm not sure how it ended up in her possession, but somehow or another, it ended up in her possession. She decides to wash it. So she throws it in the washing machine with a red sock, because of course it's Vanessa. So there has to be a red sock in there. And she proceeds to wash it. And it's add insult to injury, I'm pretty sure she dried it too. And then she realizes her error, right, when she unloads the laundry, and she pulls out a Barbie doll sized sweater that is now pink. So not only is the sweater shrunk to like it would fit my big toe, it is also a putrid shade of pink from the red sock, which apparently red socks never stop running. So if you ever buy socks for your children, avoid red. I mean, nowadays though, I think they make them with like polyester so they don't bleed. Back then, I think they were still like
Oh,
cotton.
and I also don't have red socks anymore. I just get Hanes socks now, or I get MeUndies. But I just want to tell you that story that you told, the only part of that story that's actually factual is the part where I washed it with a sock and it shrunk. Everything
All
else
of the
about
rest
that
is
story,
factual as well.
No, everything else about that story you fucking made up, okay? Because here's how it actually
Call
happened.
me and ask him.
No,
you can text
this,
him.
No,
you are full of shit.
Listen to me.
He gave me that sweater in England for Christmas, and it came in this gorgeous box. And
he gave it to you when we were living in 1630 Com Ave because you are also working at Express at the time, and you had 3 sweaters. One, and I remember one was purple and purple and whatever. There was another one, and then this one. I had the purple one that did not shrink, and I had washed that one previously. And so then I washed this one, and I remember this one that you're talking about because it was very soft.
How does that make any of the other stuff unfactual? He still gave it to me in London.
But it wasn't in Waltham. It wasn't like 16 years ago. I'm talking like 30 years ago, sir.
We lived in Waltham when you washed it.
I
remember where the washing machine was. 1,000%. You are mistaken. This is going to turn into a full-on fight.
She's totally going to fight with you right now. Can you tell? Can you tell how much she's going to fight with me? Amy said, Dee said Cyrus talking at 3 speed. This is what happens when Cyrus talking at 3 speed. She's just like, listen to me, you bitch. You destroyed my sweater.
But I have to say,
but the point is,
in hindsight, the hindsight is that sometimes terrible things happen like that, but they're so worth it because they make for great stories.
She said, real cashmere is not itchy. So it may not have been actually, it was really soft though.
It was soft, but it was itchy for me. I did not like how it felt.
You know what it was? It was really soft, and it had you know how cashmere has the hairs that come off.
Yeah.
Like that was what you found itchy, was like the hair, like you were. It was like having hair up your nose.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like. I don't know. I'm not very bougie like that, so for me, I could not handle that sweater. It was very pretty, but I always had to layer it on top of another long sleeve shirt. And then if I ever felt it touching anywhere else, I think it had metallic.
It had a little sequins. It had sequins.
Maybe that's what it was.
Pearly sequins. That's what it was. It was the pearly sequins. Yep.
Clearly not washable.
Yeah, no, it was definitely not washable. I definitely did destroy the sweater.
Makes for a great story.
Absolutely did destroy the sweater. She is not wrong. And I will tell you, like, the point that she was actually trying to make is still valid, which is that I don't, like, for me, I've lived almost my whole life since I came to the States not caring what happens to my clothes. So it's either I just throw them in and I wash them. And if you want your clothes washed and you want me to wash them, then that is a risk that you are taking by having me wash your clothes. So I do believe that I was trying to be nice.
You have rubbed off on me because I sell clothes for a living, and I honestly, everything goes in the washing machine. It does not matter what the hell that tag says.
See, I was so ahead of my time.
It all gets washed. No. And one time I made a very big error because I washed something that was not supposed to be washed and ended up stretching it out so bad that when it came out, it looked like dough.
I've seen those where
it was a grave error.
It's like that guy, the blowy guy that you see at the car places that has a little, it's tall, it's green, he has arms, and he's a little tube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he does the dancing. He was Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She's like, this guy has some great moves. Like, totally.
It looks like Gumby, I think.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, not Gumby. I mean, kind of like Gumby. It's got that same look. Yes, I can definitely see the connection between Gumby. So Dee Dee's getting a new washer dryer. Oh my God. Okay, so Dee Dee is not able to comment, just switch back and forth. Oh my God, dude, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, so
I was trying to get a new washer.
The flailing arm man. Yes, that's what I want to know. It's the flailing arm man. That's what I think. I've had sweaters come out looking like that as well, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we pause? I need some help. I know that this is supposed to be therapy, but now that I have a captive audience, I'm just going to hijack all of you and ask for some thoughts. So this spot behind me, I need to do something with this. So like, this is sort of what my backdrop is going to look like now. And so I have, and the light is, so like, it's very bright because I'm obviously in my thing. And I want to put like, shelves, floating shelves, but I need something behind me, and I don't want wood like that. Like I'm looking for something like almost marbly. I found a really nice green quartz like thing that you could put behind you, but I thought it might be too busy. I'm looking for a wall overlay or something that I can put, or what's the word called, a decal or something that I can put on here that would.
Floating shelves are going to make you look very boxed in because that doesn't look like you have a lot of space behind you.
I've never had a lot of space behind me, but I'm able to I can get. I didn't have a lot of space behind me in the other place either. I have the same space as I did before, so that part I'm not super worried about.
I think it's going to make you look like your head is going to smash into something. But regardless, you can buy peel and stick marble wallpaper.
Right, I know. Oh no, I know. But I'm looking for designs like that. I can do. I'm looking for ideas. So send me messages if you see something that you like. You're like, hey, what about this? Because like I'm not like I can only find what I can find using my search parameters, but sometimes other people who are looking will find something else because you think about things differently. You have a different search thing. So like by bringing it up, and then anybody who happens to find or see something will now be like, oh, I wonder if Vanessa would like this. It's going to take a while for me to find what I'm looking for.
The thing to be careful of with that kind of stuff is that the peel and stick wallpaper that comes for marble or that kind of style is usually very, very glossy because it's usually meant for countertops. Yeah. It's like, so that's going to, and it's usually white for the most part. It's going to reflect a lot of light. So you're going to have this bounce back.
Yeah.
So like, I always opt, like in my backdrop that's for my pictures, it has a gloss on it. And we're actually going to redo it with reclaimed wood very soon because we need something that's matte. So it's not bouncing all the light.
I was worried because I'm worried about the reflection just because like I was going to get the, bring my foam boards here and just put those up here, but those are black, and I feel like, I'm in the room with so much light, I don't want to have something black behind me that's just basically sucking up all the light, but I don't, obviously, like you said, I don't want it to be reflecting, and then you get these little shiny spots here. Like this right now, this mirror up here, I actually wanted to kind of like think about bringing it down and putting the mirror here, because if the mirror is here, then what you actually see would be the ocean.
Which is very nice, very nice.
But I'm not sure it would work out the way that I'm thinking. I think it might create like some sort of Inception thing. But what I thought was...
It might create like this reality loop.
I thought that I might put a mirror over here or over here. Right? One that actually would reflect the ocean, so that it'd be like the ocean cam.
Yeah,
right?
That's pretty cool.
Like something like that.
It's not that hard to have Alex sit there and hold the mirror on the spot you want and look and see what it's going to be like on camera.
Some people are only seeing their own comments in chat. That's really weird. Okay, so Amy's doing laundry on Monday. Sorry, I just got a lot of notes in here. A lot of people are doing...
be broken. Shocking.
I know Facebook is broken. Pinterest rooms and design. Ooh, okay, that's a good search parameter. Wall tapestry isn't a bad idea either. Put vinyl wood. That's I'm not against using wood. I am absolutely not against using wood.
I'm getting reclaimed wood to put on the...
When you said that was something that I was like, I could dig reclaimed wood. Sure, I could totally dig that.
I mean, you can buy peel and stick reclaimed wood wallpaper, but if you want to go really authentic, you can just buy some slats from, you can find reclaimed wood and just buy it. Go to like Marketplace on Facebook.
Yeah, especially see what they have there, yeah. Well, we have a lot of antique stores here too that have like a lot of really nice, like I wanted to go take a look at some of those as well to see like because we have so many in Plymouth that have like really cool stuff. Yeah. And I feel like because I live here, it might be nice to like make this more seaside-y. Like I'm literally on the seaside. So, all right, okay. So now
yourself Bob the fish, and he'll sing every now and then. And
oh my God, dudes! There is a right whale outside. Not my house right now, but like there's a right whale out there right now.
Awesome. I wonder if it's one of the whales we used to watch in the whale watches. Probably is.
The not humpback is right whales. So those whales go to Stellwagen Bank. These whales come
God.
Yes, was a I know. Doesn't that bring up so many memories? I mean, who knows? I'm pretending like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Who knows? Maybe it could be one of those. I said that and then I realized, what the fuck? I don't know anything about that. So I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I miss those days.
Oh, I forgot
that job. I forgot we even did that.
You got fired. That was the only job that I remember getting fired from ever. That was
but that was worth being fired for. He was a dick.
That was it. So Sire and I we used to work bartending on the whale watching boats and on charter boats in Boston.
I loved that job.
Such a great job. So much fun. People would come in the morning whale watching boat at like 9 or 10 and they'd be drinking like White Russians. And
oh my God, how many White Russians I made. Yeah, I'm like, just because there's milk in it does not mean it's breakfast.
I know.
It's like, this is not breakfast.
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh, gross.
And then you're like, and then there were people who like, they drink it and you'd be like, dude, you do realize that we are on a catamaran going out there. You are going to be throwing, just on the right side of the boat is all I'm saying, right?
Yep.
So we had been working for 4 or 5 days straight from like 5 in the morning. No, even 2 weeks. 5 in the morning we had to be there. And then we would work the charter boats, and then the charters would get back at 10 or 11, and then somebody had to clean the boats, and we would have to stay to clean the boats, and then we'd take the last train back, and then we'd come back 5 in the morning. We did that for like 2 weeks. No time off. And Not a single day. And then finally, I remember he gave us the one night off, and then we were out on a charter boat, and he radioed into the charter boat to tell us that we were working on a charter boat that night, and it was like, I was so excited. I hadn't had a day off, and I was so excited. I had a complete nervous.
And we had already worked 2 shifts that day, and you weren't supposed to work 3 shifts in a day. Oh, and we'd already worked 2 back to back, and I was seasick that day. I never got seasick, but I got seasick. And and then we got back and we were like, we're not doing it. And he goes, well, you either work the shift or you're fired. And we were like, well, see ya. And we left.
That was it. And it's really, I'm sad to, but I mean, like, the truth is like, they would hire a lot of Irish kids would come over here for the summer. And so they would hire a ton of Irish kids. And so, like, they didn't really need us because, like, they had a long line of people just waiting to bartend on those boats. So it's like, you know, they're just like, all right, these kids will go. But man, that was tough.
I loved that job though.
So Paula asked this question. So is there a website that shows the tagged whales? Yeah. So if you do a Google search right now for right whale location, there's a live map that will show you where all the whales are right now. And right now there's a whale over on the other side that has been visually sighted, in the cup of this part of the Cape Cod, and then it's been acoustically heard in this whole area. So like it's here. He's a juvenile, so he's here. We just don't know where. So we have to name him. So we're gonna name all of these. So like we have his number. So Alex and I have decided we're actually gonna name them. So we're like, oh, Steve's here today. So Steve, how you doing?
I feel like Polly is a good name for a whale.
Polly, we can
like P-A, not P-O, not P-O, P-A-U-L-E-Y, Polly.
Oh, so like Polly from Law and Order. Dun dun.
Sure.
He was Polly from Law and Order. He was the guy played by Mira Sorvino's dad. Like he was one of the first cops in Law and Order. Early. Oh my God, remember? There was 2 cops that were way early on, a big guy and then another big guy.
Yeah, I do remember that. I've been rewatching, I'm so mom's kid. Like, I just don't even know how this happened. So I started rewatching Person of Interest for like the 1000th time.
Oh my God, me too.
I finished watching The Mentalist, which I've seen 1,000 times. I'm like, why do I do this? Why do I watch the same shows over and over again? I'm just like, I am so her kid.
It's because you create asynchronous relationships with people who are or parasocial relationships with people that you're watching. And it creates a feeling of familial comfort. So it's a very, very comforting space to be in. And that's a lot of people are been rewatching things that they watched before now, especially during COVID, because it gives you a feeling of comfort and safety. So for me, I'm going back to Star Trek and just watching Deep Space Nine over and over again, even though Games Done Quick is on, the speed gaming thing is on, and I barely watched it because I feel like with all that we've dealt with COVID over the last couple of years, I need this. I need to have.
I like the familiarity.
Yeah. I need that. You know what it is? I think what he's trying to say, Freddie, is that
he felt vulnerable and exposed, and he needed something familiar. Hold on to. Thank you, Lloyd.
Okay,
I love that movie.
So Paula thought about Pauly Shore. Oh my God, Pauly Shore! I haven't thought of him in years. He was what did he used to do? Like crazy dude. Totally my kind of guy. Right.
Total stoner.
Cindy is that way with Rizzoli and Isles. Oh my God. You know what's funny?
I've never watched that.
I think
I saw one episode.
There's the 2 women one of the women who were in it was from NCIS. She was in the first couple of seasons, and then the other woman is Angie Harmon, right? And I love her.
She's beautiful. Yep.
And I think Stockard Channing's in it, or somebody else. There's someone who Cindy. Who's the other person in it? But she's older, and I love her. And I watched an episode, but I couldn't really get into it. I wasn't able to. It didn't really connect with me. Paula, Discovery Star Trek has moved to Paramount Plus, which is their streaming service now. So all Star Treks are now on Paramount Plus.
Everything's moving around.
Hey, buddy. That's it. That's what Pauly Shore used to do. She's, hey, buddy.
Super. I said it. I changed my mind. Don't name the whale Polly.
It's from The Sopranos. Thank you. I was like, yes. I
like her. I like her a lot.
The freaking psychiatrist. It's a psychiatrist. Yes, I liked her. Lorraine Bracco. Yes, she's great.
I like her a lot.
She is great. I like her a lot.
It's a very interesting speech pattern.
Yes, she really she puts the emphasis on the wrong syllables.
You know who else has a very interesting delivery is what's her name? Bones. She has a very odd
Brennan
speech pattern.
Yes.
And it was strange because when you hear her in real life, she doesn't speak that way.
Really? I've never heard her speak in real life.
I watched an interview with her, and she has a very normal, like, you know, what you'd expect. You know.
Yeah, because the way that her intonations go at the end, they're different from what like you expect.
Yeah.
And I think it's smart because it always made her seem very dispassionate. Like, I think it gave her that really dispassionate
look. Yeah. She had a very clinical delivery.
Oh my God. Cindy says that her son, oh my God, Cindy, I love you. I didn't like her character on NCIS either. So Cindy and her son hated the character so much on NCIS that they cheered when she died.
Oh God.
I remember when she died. I was shocked. Oh my God, you didn't see it coming. You were just
I used to watch NCIS, but I don't think I ever finished it, even though, is that show still on?
It is still on, but Mark Harmon just left, so why watch it? I watched it until, I watched 2 or 3 seasons after Fez joined. Who's the guy who played Fez on, what's it called? And he used to date Demi Lovato. Kate. Her name is Kate. Yes, thank you, Kate.
Wilmer
Valderrama. Yeah, Valderrama. So he was really good. I really enjoyed it, but
I like him a lot.
I feel like I was kind of over. I feel like I've seen a lot of NCIS, and I was kind of like, it's like Law and Order. Like, I loved Law and Order.
I kind of got over. Yeah,
I kind of just done. I can't.
I'm like, yeah.
It's also, I don't watch a lot of stuff that's like makes me feel anxious anymore. Like, I feel like I'm anxious enough with just this whole COVID sitch and just general other things. So I can't watch things that are like gruesome or like make me, who done it, that kind of thing. So like, I really have to be forced into it now. It's tough. Like, mystery stuff isn't really my jam anymore.
I love mysteries. I love mysteries.
Well, no, I do like Murder, She Wrote. Oh, somebody gave it a name the other day. What's it called? The Murder, She Wrote type shows and the Midsummer Murders. There's like a name for those kinds of shows that somebody said they're like special types of mysteries, like Hallmark mysteries or something like that. Or I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Syra.
My butt. I need a new office chair. This office chair is hurting my butt.
Get a Streamlabs. This chair is really, really good. It's expensive, but it's really good, and it's designed. They will get you different ones depending on your height. Cozy mysteries. They're called cozy mysteries. That's
I like Perry Mason.
Like Perry Mason. Oh my God, I freaking loved Perry Mason. Perry Mason.
Columbo, Perry Mason, Murder, She Wrote.
Yep, all of those types. Midsummer Murders. I really like those. Those are my cozy mysteries. Or like Poirot. Love Poirot.
Oh, yeah, Monsieur Poirot.
Dawn says that she thinks her character in Bones is supposed to be based on someone she knew who had Asperger's. Got it. So she got that. Who is the new guy? So she based her character on someone else's speech patterns. My husband Bob really related to her and also loved Odo and Data. Odo! Oh my God! If you guys have not watched Prodigy, Star Trek Prodigy on, you're not watching. You don't watch Star Trek.
I never got into it. Yeah, Star Trek's not my thing.
So good. But guys,
watch
hand. Prodigy. If you like Odo, watch Prodigy.
Oh, have you watched The Expanse? The new season's out. I have not watched it yet.
Of course I have watched it. I have watched every episode. It's amazing. Who else is watching this?
I'm gonna watch it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna. I have to be right frame of mind. I gotta make staple, right? I gotta make. I gotta have my seltzer. And I got to be tucked into bed and then I binge watch it. Like, I have a whole.
That makes me feel very comforted when you just said that. I'm like, I want to go do that now.
It's funny, Vanessa, because you started Staple at back at when you lived on Linden Street.
Tell everybody what Staple is.
Okay, so in Pakistan, there's a meal called pulao, which is like a delicious, it's like goulash, basically. It's like a mix of like chicken or beef with potato and rice and seasonings, and it's all mixed together, and it's really tasty. And you eat with your hands, and it's amazing. And the potatoes have a very specific consistency and flavor that just makes the whole dish like the best. So when we moved to the States, Vanessa was like missing it one day, and she decided to make this like Americanized version of it. And she did it with rice.
We were very poor. We couldn't afford anything else. And I was like, why don't we make this? Like, I think
I'm not sure how much you experimented with different rices and stuff, but ultimately we landed on, she landed on like diced chicken cooked with minced garlic and butter, and chicken and garlic rice-a-roni with chopped potatoes, diced potatoes, all mixed together. Like you fry the potatoes and you fry the chicken and the garlic, and then you put everything together in one pot, you stew it together, and you eat it with copious amounts of Cholula sauce, okay, which is like the best hot sauce like ever. Which, by the way, Vanessa, they no longer offer at Border Cafe, just FYI.
Wow.
I know.
Why even go?
I know. I was going to order Tejas chicken when I was there with Dad, and they didn't have the Cholula sauce. And I was like, well, next time I guess I'll just bring my own so that I can order the Tejas chicken. Well, now I have totally changed the recipe. So now when I make staple, I take the diced chicken. I use oil, not butter. I use avocado oil, and I cook it with garlic powder and cayenne pepper. The whole house sneezes and it lights the air on fire because it's like cooking.
So it's all the cayenne pepper.
Well, it's like a quarter cup of cayenne pepper. It's like all the cayenne pepper. Okay. Like I'll probably die of lead poisoning from the cayenne pepper because Daisy Spices seem to always have.
That's not unusual for you in your cayenne pepper situation.
I know. So anyway, it's still not hot enough. Okay. Because so now the cayenne pepper and the garlic and the oil together make this like thick, delicious, spicy, flame-throwing yumminess. And the chicken's like super well flavored. Then I do everything else the same. Boiled potatoes, the rice, everything else, mix it all together and have it with Cholula.
What flavor if your mouth is on fire? Where's the flavor?
But here's the funny thing. I am so like, what's the word? Accustomed to cayenne pepper. It's not spicy for me.
Oh my God. Like I can't anymore. Like I really,
what?
I barely spice. It's tough for me now because I have IBS. Everything just hurts me. So I can't,
no.
I don't have spice anymore.
It doesn't bother me at all. The funny thing is it's not spicy. So last night I made chicken tonight, which is like my other chicken dish that I make a lot. And Butchie comes in. He's like, Mom, what is the matter with you? And I was like, what? He's like, why do you have to make the chicken so spicy? He's like, it's like death spicy. He's like, do you want me to die? Or you want me to have a tongue amputation? And I was
that's the thing. Syra,
like,
you're not challenging people's stamina.
But I didn't cook it for him. I was like, it wasn't your food. It was my dinner. You had burgers. Like,
this is like a rite of passage. You know, like some people, they're like, go kill a woolly mammoth and you'll come back and you'll be accepted into our community. Syra's like, get out of the house, Butchie, until you can go out and eat a half a cup of cayenne pepper.
My father-in-law he hates spicy food. He can't handle it, but he loves I love spicy food. And he's a gardener. He has a degree in agriculture. So he grows peppers every year. And his mission is to grow the hottest fucking pepper to basically make me cry because he's like, I will do it. Every year, his peppers get hotter and hotter and hotter. One year, Avery and Eliza saw the red peppers he left for me. And this was a few years ago. They were on the counter. And Avery's like, oh, what's this? She picked it up and they both bit into it, thinking it was candy or something. And they came running to me, hysterical, because they'd never felt the sensation before of, lava mouth. And so they were like guzzling milk and eating ice cream to try and
because it doesn't go away.
Well, milk apparently it does.
Yeah,
it neutralizes
it. Dawn's father-in-law thinks it was too spicy when you use oregano, dude. But you know what's interesting, actually? So I'm going to tell you something. I learned something recently. So my friend Melinda, and she says she doesn't eat spicy food, right? But we joke around a lot because she'll eat KFC or Taco Bell. But what I was actually talking to someone the other day, and I don't have enough education about this to talk about this with any real knowledge, but I want to plant the seed, is that apparently there's a different type of chemical or something in certain herbs and spices that people that actually does that for them feels more spicy than say something that's like hot sauce because the way it interacts. Oh. Yeah. So obviously
to some people, red onion is spicy.
Right. And they're like, and I'm like, I can eat a red onion on its own if I want to. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, so it really has to, what I've learned and so I didn't have, again, like I said, I haven't done enough research in it, but I'm bringing this up in case someone else knows or someone else is interested enough to do the research and then tell us. But I think that that's something that I want to learn more about because I'm starting to realize that it may just be we're joking about it. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe that. But I think that it really is the way different people's bodies interact with different chemicals.
Think about cilantro. There are actually poor souls on earth who cannot enjoy the delicious flavor of cilantro. I mean,
I'm so sorry for you.
That's so sad.
It is so sad. It's like, oh my God, why even live? Why even live?
If I couldn't enjoy cilantro, when you have that perfect guac with lime and tomato and cilantro and lemon juice and the
and then some people are
explosion of flavor in your mouth.
I don't realize this explosion of Dawn dish soap in my mouth.
Exactly. For them, it's oh yum, let's eat some Dawn dish soap.
It's here. Well, it's like that time Mom washed my mouth out with sandalwood soap. Ugh.
Yeah.
Dawn says, yep, that's a genetic thing. Jennifer Hudson says cilantro is the best. Correct. Marg says, oh, I didn't know this. There's also super tasters, and they have far more taste buds than normal. So for them...
Yes, I've heard of this because I saw this on an episode of a murder mystery where someone had a super taster. and they were killed. But
Oh, they were.
yeah,
I was just saying, were they killed or were they the bad guy? Like, did you discover
they
they were
were
the
killed.
bad guy because
They
of the
were
taste thing?
killed. I think they criticized some chef's delectable meals or something, and the chef killed them.
Paula says guac, yuck. Paula, I don't even know how to deal with this right now. I feel like you just killed my dog or something. What just happened?
Oh my god. No, I will say guacamole is kind of like but now we're totally getting Mexican on Friday. We do family dinner night every Friday with my in-laws, and it's always a struggle to figure out what we're going to eat. So last week was Chinese food. So this week, now that I said guacamole, we're totally getting
It took
Mexican.
me a while to get into guacamole because I actually thought avocados were disgusting. Like for many years.
Oh, did I?
I just couldn't. I was like, I don't understand what this thing is. It's gross. It's slimy. It's gross. It's like I'm not touching this thing. I don't know.
Is who converted me.
Paula doesn't like ranch either. I eat like a 3-year-old.
I used to love ranch. I now really don't. However, there is a delicious Caesar dressing that I get now at Market Basket. I'll have to like share the bottle with you guys. And I have that with shaved Parmesan, spring mix, kale, lettuce, spinach, whatever. And
telling me this, I was going to ask you. So spring mix kale.
Well, it's organic. Always buy organic leafy vegetables, organic bell peppers, and organic strawberries and organic potatoes, because those are the highest pesticide foods. So you never want to buy non-organic leafy vegetables. So organic, I buy Olivia's organic, the big box.
Yeah, I get that too.
And it's got kale, spinach, whatever. And then I get a bag of garlic croutons. I can send you the picture. They're really cheap. They're organic. They're delicious. Shaved Parmesan cheese. And then the Caesar dressing. That Caesar dressing does not.
Do you add chicken?
I know. I actually have a textural issue with proteins in salad.
Seriously,
I can't do it.
If there's one thing I can tell you about my sister that has been consistent about her since she was a child, literally since she was like born, is textural issues with food. Like this is
I can't. The mixture of the watery salad and the meaty protein, it's a vile. I can't do it. So nope. There is no.
It's so fun. Oh my god.
Salad. No. So, however, I bought chicken legs, Vanessa. I bought chicken
Paula
legs.
says that she said that spring leaves are too pointy. It's like eating holly.
But if you put dressing on it, it softens it up. But
Vanessa, holly with dressing. Actually, Alex massages it. It sits there and like it's like a massage therapist. He sits there and does this and like really like it really helps.
Oh no, that makes it all soggy.
No, it softens it.
Yeah, I don't need soft. No, ew, I want crunchy lettuce. But anyway, so
not lettuce. It's for kale.
I'm not massaging. You guys are weird. Okay, so
Paula, but Dawn, can you please tell Sarah massaging kale is a totally normal thing to do?
It's not normal.
Paula also has texture issues, by the way. You guys are.
I have major texture issues, guys. Major, and I got to tell you, since we got chickens, I have a hard time eating chicken. But shoot, I had something really. Oh, I got chicken legs, Vanessa, to make mulligatawny soup this week.
Oh, I haven't had it in a long time.
It's very cold, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Instapot. Vanessa, this is where the Instapot is amazing. Okay. You literally put the chicken legs in with water. Okay. 10 cups of water. You put 9 cups of water. You put the chicken legs in, you cover it for 30 minutes. It makes your broth. Okay. Then you just use a strainer to pull out any of these, the chicken legs or whatever you don't want in there anymore. I put the chicken aside and actually feed that to the dogs without the bones. Obviously you take all the chicken off. You throw the dal and the haldi with the potatoes into the same Instapot. So you haven't drained it. Put the lid on. That takes 30 minutes and it's done. That's it.
I have to think about this. I'm not sure I feel comfortable making mulligatawny soup the way you just described. It just doesn't sound right to me.
Amazing. It literally takes the whole 3-hour process down to like the whole thing from start to finish in an hour. Then I use my Hudson blender.
Oh my God, Sarah, I need to stop for a second. Okay, so 2 things. One is that Dawn worked for a chef who made her take off all the stems off of all the greens. They can be very woody, but this is really important. This is actually really good. Paula says she's had issues her whole life that she now knows were signs of her fibro. With her texture issues and things like that. So that might be something to talk about with your naturopath and whatnot, because of your
interesting.
A lot of the things, like, and this is really interesting, a lot of things that I have thought were independent things, I'm finding are all part of
You're like, oh, this is just a quirk. It's not a quirk.
Right, it's not a quirk. Right? So when you put them all together, suddenly you realize that there's one issue that you have, and these are all symptoms of that one issue, rather than like, because like the other day, I can't remember what I was feeling, but I was like, oh my God. And I started automatically thinking, am I sick? Do I have this problem? Do I have this problem? And I'm like, no, Vanessa, you have IBS and you're having a flare and you had stress, therefore. And I'm like, oh, okay. But it's like, it really helps to give you that framework. So I know you see a naturopath. And by the way, don't forget to look at the naturopath I sent you to tell me if...
I did. I looked at it yesterday. The one in Waltham?
Are they in Waltham?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they should have one in Plymouth, but are they good?
They looked great.
Okay,
I thought it was
great.
wonderful.
Great. Oh my God. Textures, elastic on my skin, touches. Oh my God, Paula, I have such an issue with texture,
Yeah.
like things on my
Well, the
body.
thing
Oh my
is,
God, things on my body, like I can't.
we actually call it a texture violation. Like I have named it because it happens so often. And it's not like, people are always like, oh my God, you're just picky. And it's like, it's not picky. It's literally like a visceral reaction that it's not like controllable. It's like like I literally can gag. I mean, it's that bad. So yeah, I cannot do like, if there's a texture issue, I can't do it.
Yeah,
Nope. So that's why
absolutely.
the chicken and the lettuce thing, I
Yeah, no,
can't
I
do
know
it.
you. I'm still gonna tease you about it, but like, I mean, I understand. I get it.
You are welcome to tease me about it. That's fine.
Well,
I
I
am
mean,
very
here's the thing: if we're gonna be
comfortable.
chronically ill, the least we can do is make fun of ourselves, right? I,
Well,
like, we're
exactly.
making fun of each other. Like, I gotta
Yeah.
laugh. I can't. Thank you.
Well, and Butch says that's like, and God love my husband. Like he totally knows me so well, and he is so loving and like patient. When he cooks me dinner, he's so aware of these things about me, and he never makes me feel bad. That he has to make a separate meal for me than he does for the rest of the family, right? Because like if he's making something for the guys, he'll come in and be like, do you want me to just throw like a piece of chicken on with I'll marinate it in spicy stuff for you and then add cheese and some onion. Is that good? And I'm like, oh, that'd be amazing. And I mean, I never even realized that he goes out of his way to like prepare a separate meal for me because he knows that like this particular food, everyone else loves it, but like I'm going to have a texture problem. Like if he's making spaghetti and meatballs, I can't eat it. I can't do a meatball.
Spaghetti, I can't. I can't with spaghetti. I just can't.
Sure, we just eat earthworms.
Oh no, I know. Here's the thing. I don't mind spaghetti normally. Like I don't mind the pasta itself. Actually, I don't use it. I prefer angel hair.
I do too.
But spaghetti itself with the sauce, like I look at it and I think to myself, this isn't food. I look at it and I do not comprehend this as food. I don't know what I think it is, but it's not food.
You're like, my brain is not computing this as something that goes into my mouth. It's like a pica thing. It's not meant to be eaten.
Oh, Allison does that too. By the way, sorry, Allison can't wear gloves either. So there's so many people right now who are like this is really, really common. My husband does the same thing. Like he's really aware of like my heat issues and like my food issues and like the house is always set to what I want because it's just, I have so many various issues and he's just like, it's fine. I feel, and I got to tell you, like just since
so accommodating.
I feel really lucky. And I think maybe we'll wrap up on that is like, I feel very, very fortunate, but I also think that like, it's taken a while for me to get to a point and you to get to a point where we realize that, look, this is just how I am. Either I'm going to feel bad about it or I'm just going to accommodate my life for it and just figure out how to do it. And I think that like, I feel really blessed and grateful that like, Alex, and I'm sure you feel the same way about Butch, is that like, that it took us a while to be able to have the language to talk. Cause it wasn't always like this. I think it's only been in the last 3 or 4 years. Prior to that, it definitely wasn't like that. It was a lot of misunderstanding. It was a lot of like, he didn't understand why I wanted everything so hot or why this had to be this way or because you just don't get it, right? Once I think we started to educate and learn and be able to share those things with them and be like, look, this is what's happening. I think it just got a lot easier to like, for them to understand that like, you're not just being a pain in the ass. Like there's something going on here,
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Oh my God, dude, great. Paula, can you do me a huge favor? Okay, we're going to leave it on this. Paula has a fibro checklist that's fantastic to help with diagnosis. Please, please, please feel free. Paula, share that on the Direct to Success page, and it'll probably go to the community side, but that's okay. Just get that there because I think that's amazing. Or post the link in here. Just that I think that's amazing because a lot of people do not know that they have fibro.
I would love that.
They do not know that they have fibro, and they attribute it to a lot of other things. And once you figure out you have fibro, your whole life changes because now you can. Once you're treating fibro, you're not treating symptoms, and a lot of things actually go away because you're treating the core issue. My life completely changed. So definitely.
Look at the nails, by the way. Look at my nails. They look like marbles since we were talking about marble.
Your nails are so nice. Okay. All right. I'm going to go now. I'm going to eat something.
All right. Oh, by the way, office hours are today at 2:00. So if you're coming to office hours, it's with me today, 2:00 Eastern.
All right. Squad members then. Squad members. Syra is doing her office hours today. If you are not in the squad, go to socialstrategysquad.com and get on the wait list. I was going to do a flash sale this week, but I'm really like not super awesome right now. But I mean, I'm fine, but it's just not the best time for right now. So we're going to do it next week. So get on the list because then you can join office hours and we can talk and help you through your business right there.